It seems like handheld gaming is more popular now than ever before. Obviously, there's Nintendo Switch, you got the Steam Deck and other handheld PCs, you got countless emulation devices being sold. I personally own an embarrassing amount of handhelds as pictured here. There's others like the DSi, the original 3DS, the Vita, Game Boy Color that I've owned in the past. I've either traded in for newer handhelds or I just passed down to my younger sister. I've also done some hardware mods on the GBAs and I've hacked my new 3DS and my original day one Nintendo Switch. This isn't me trying to flex or humble brag, just giving you an idea of where I'm coming from. I'm not a handheld expert, but I do consider myself an enthusiast. So why do I think that handheld gaming is the future? It's a valid question. There's certainly nothing new, and they've been around for decades, but handhelds are catching up to consoles. Fast. Let me explain. I do not believe that handhelds are currently or ever will be on par with consoles in terms of raw power and performance. However, I do think that consoles are hitting the point of diminishing returns. There's no dramatic difference in how games play now versus how they played back in the last generation. And while the games certainly do look better, it's not the same leap we've seen in the past, like from PS2 to PS3 or even PS3 to PS4. And when you start getting to how long it takes to develop these AAA games on current systems, how much money it costs, is studios just dropping their workers and just abandoning or canceling IPs, it starts to not really look too good. It is a high risk, high reward market, especially for new IPs. Now keep all that in mind as I go back to handhelds. They have been advancing at a rapid pace. In 2017, I was playing Breath of the Wild on my brand new Switch at the time, and after playing 6 years on the 3DS, it was just mind-blowing. And now today, I'm playing stuff like Tales of the Rise, and I'm emulating Wii U games on my Steam Deck, just stuff that I never thought would be possible with a device that fits in the palm of my hands. As stated earlier in this video, we have a plethora of handhelds currently on the market, and there's more on the way, so there's obviously a demand for them. And with each new wave of handhelds that come out, the tech just gets better and better. They're upping their game every time. I think that the combination of the diminishing returns on home consoles and the rapid development of handheld devices is the perfect storm, and I do believe that in 4 or 5 years that handheld gaming is going to be the primary way of gaming. And I also believe that there's more that can be done with handhelds than just upping the CPU and GPU power. I think that if Nintendo wanted to, or maybe someone like Valve or IA Neo, they could make a handheld capable of VR. Nintendo kind of dipped their toes into this idea with the Switch, but it was like, the janky Labo headset, you had to be holding it like this. And I think if they do a Switch successor and they play their cards right, they could actually pull this off and make it VR compatible out of the box. I mean, all you'd really need is the headset to hold the screen and some next-gen Joy-Cons for the controllers, and you'd be good to go. I mean, think about it. That would be pretty wild to have your portable device also be your home console and your VR gaming experience. But then again, what would I know? I'm just some guy on the internet.